FNAF is cancelled. Hell yeah. Guys, the killer is Among Us because events. SPINGTAP. Rework Xeno. No, Xeno is peak. Actually, buff Xeno.
Xeno is awesome. Yeah,
Keep Poor Willy.
Keep Poor Willy is coming.
I saw that.
Hey,
Xeno's
Xander.
not just con Freddy. I have notes of Freddy. Or. He
So
always
today
comes
should
back.
be the
Chucky.
PTV coming out, by the way.
Yep.
But officially, I don't
Aren't you
know.
lucky, chat? 2 streams in one day. When is Springtrap coming to DBD? Congrats on being Thirst Moon. I didn't see that. Well, Springtrap is coming to DBD
SPINGTAP.
on PTB. He's coming today.
Yeah.
But on officially it's June the 16th of June.
After my
Also,
birthday.
thanks for the first time chat and thanks for the follow, Rustic Island. I saw you in our game earlier. You were the ace, weren't you?
Oh, Rustic Island 4.
Yes, Rustic
Love
Island
you.
4.
SPINGTAP.
And congrats on second, Fander.
SPINGTAP. It's not SPRINGTRAP
SPINGTAP.
anymore. It's just SPINGTAP.
We love SPINGTAP in this house. Nerf Trapper. Yeah, I agree, guys. Nerf Trapper. That
Yeah,
seems like a
Trapper.
great idea.
No, actually, they should boost Trapper, so he's basically the same mechanic that Frank Stone is, so that the skin makes sense.
Whoa, Skylord Spot Stare. Hello,
Like
Skylord Spot
scrap-
Stare.
Scrap
I'm
the
not
whole-
very
surprised.
Scrap the whole mechanic of Trapper and replace it with Frank Stone.
I'm
with
gonna
the
be honest, Fander. I'm pretty sure everyone in Skylord Zoe's chat is a sub.
But like, I'm very lucky with getting gifted subs.
Oh, it's just
I
in general,
don't.
yeah.
I've gotten so many.
Like,
Yeah, I feel like I
already
get
have 2
loads.
currently.
like one streamer I look, I know half of chat. Like I watch, especially like when I watch it every time. There were
Hello,
so
Art.
many subs coming in every stream. So many subs came in, but I never got hit with one.
Rip.
No, I've
Like-
gotten like
90% of chat
50.
had a sub besides me. It was very funny.
Oof. Markiplier skin
Ooh,
for
it's
the.
starting. Or music has started.
Ooh,
Meow.
we got the music, guys. Holy peak.
Bum, bum, bum.
I don't think the crop is perfect, but it's good enough.
Yeah, it's good enough.
Someone's gooning right now.
Real.
W Sprig Trap. Toy
7
Chica
minutes.
as a playable character. Baldy.
I saw an overlay for Skull Merchant as Scrap Baby, since Scrap Baby has like the claw,
I see.
and like it would fit very well to her mechanic.
That would be so nice. I want. Ooh, I think Artist as the puppet would be cool.
I want the I want
Yeah.
Chica's Cupcake as a playable character, as its own separate killer.
Yeah.
Or maybe a Chucky skin.
No. Chica as twins, and the cupcake is Victor.
Oh.
Because then you
think-
get both.
Yeah, that would be cool. It would not
And
work
if
at all,
I-
but that's what I want.
It would be awesome though. We can all dream of it.
Someone just posted the fucking Raw X3 copy pasta. Insane. I have not seen that in like a
Oh,
decade.
I've
How
not
is
seen
that? It's been like a decade since I've seen that. How is that in
Decade?
this? Yeah.
I saw it at like the start of the year.
Okay, maybe not a decade, maybe, but like it's been a long fucking time.
Actually, I saw the video at the start of the year.
No, the video, that's peak. Dinner's nearly ready.
Sorry, I was muted real quick. I was checking audio, but everything seems good, Ellie.
Yeah, the music's not too
Yeah.
loud.
Ellie, stay
No.
away from me.
Hell
No,
yeah.
it's good. I checked all of the audio. I'm very kind here.
You are. Are you a mod,
Checking
Moon?
audio. No, I'm not, sadly.
You should
Or
be mod.
luckily. Nah.
Get modded, idiot.
Dang it! I think this is the first time, like mod in the stream.
The music's quieting. The music's getting quiet.
Yeah, they did that last time too, and then it picked up again. Like they
Aw.
went through like a playlist.
Yeah, it's probably gonna start for.
Yeah, probably gonna. Yeah, see, it's starting again. Probably starting in 4 minutes. At 5.
Springtrap D. Buff Pig. No intention of playing this. Springtrap's menu theme.
Or Mr. Bet say Skibbity Toilet.
Wait,
it
this
was
might
so
be
cool.
this might be Springtrap's theme.
No, this is the normal.
No.
This is the base audio for Dead by Daylight.
Predator and Dead by Daylight? Fuck yes, please, please give us Predator.
You know what would be really cool if they switched the song like right before it starts, and it would be the menu music for Springtrap.
Congrats on
he's
third
gonna have-
magic. Nerf pig magic says. Xeno in 2v8.
Aw.
I need a Xeno Predators versus Aliens versus Predators 2v8. That's what I need.
No,
Star Wars Battlefront
Pring-
3.
not Pringle Trap magic.
Pringle Trap. Third,
Pringle
but I
Trap.
don't have the hairy chest.
Trickster in 2v8, hell yeah! I want Trickster. I want all my boyfriends and fiancés to be.
I want Alien versus Predator 2v8.
I want the 1v1.
They might reveal Walking Dead today, you know.
Ooh.
Yeah, true, because they kind of already announced it because they said it was already like hidden.
They teased it.
They teased it, and it was the exact name of like the new show or whatever.
Well, give us Eligos from Ash vs Evil Dead. That's what we need.
Someone just said new Cenobite skin confirmed.
Maybe they've repaired
No.
their relationship with not with New Line, with the estate of. Give us Pichu. You want Pichu as a Chucky skin?
It's the most
Stranger
wish
Things.
killer.
Yeah.
If Chucky wasn't licensed, they could put that as a like.
Pregnant Springtrap as a legendary skin. Chicken Jockey.
Chicken Jockey. I
Honestly,
still have not. I
Dead
still
by
have not
Daylight-
watched the movie.
Dead by Daylight needs a little guy killer so that they can give them little guy skins.
Yeah,
because-
and like
Like, they need an original little guy killer because
yeah.
so that they can give skins to them, because Chucky, you can't give skins to Chucky, you know.
Change Chucky's license, use Chucky's space as the little guy and just give him, but make him an original one, but same base, and just Chucky and that stuff is all like the you know.
Someone just said Foxy Legion skin.
Boxing. Magic said Wolfgang as a Legion skin, like Wolfgang von Beethoven, because I don't know about that one, Chief.
I'm like the only thing that I'm like thinking they're not gonna do a little original guy
Stingy twat.
because like how they need to make it distinct. That's also why I think another like a stalker type killer is probably gonna be unlikely because they already have 3.
Yeah, I know you meant Wolfgang of Skylanders. I think Frank Stone would have made a really cool stealth killer. Not quite a stalker
Yeah.
killer, but
A stealth killer and stalker killer is kind of like a bit different. Like there's stealth
Yeah.
killers that are not stalkers, but stalkers
fair.
for me it's Ghostface, mainly Michael Myers. I would also put Pig that category.
Roger thinks he'll have cameras/vents that can Among Us. I mean, freeze him or something. Dead by Tryhards. Second Left for Dead chapter.
It's 1+5.
Are those FNAF references Enid the Mass Blob? And I assume by Dredge you mean Dredge.
They are. And it's not Enard, it's Enard.
Enard.
Pronounced.
Luigi! They're adding Luigi to DBD!
Oh, the mask.
Oh yeah, Luigi time.
No. You know, Magic, the FNAF 4 kit mask for Legion, because they're 4 and there's 4 masks. Ooh, yeah.
Guys, it's past 4 o'clock. Where is Omni-Man?
Yeah, it's past 4 o'clock. It's 5 p.m.
Okay, man.
Someone said delayed by daylight.
Delayed by daylight. Alright, really pulling the time zone card on us. Okay, buddy.
Yeah. As a survivor, I don't know.
We can literally be bees.
Wait. Mark, we can be bees. This is
be
great
bees.
news.
And if those bees dress up as ghosts for Halloween,
It's
they
not
can
a-
be
it's not a-
bees.
Asgo is a kill add-on.
We're
Hi!
here. We're back.
Hello,
We're
people.
back. We're
back.
here. We're live.
Hi.
That's a locker. Do you think Dwight and David are making out in there?
New studio in the
Definitely.
New studio. Who this?
Why? Why is generator?
That is a palette that
Say
Why is someone
Gex.
on the chat?
It's got coasters. You know, you recognize this, but also
A
not
palette
not
coffee
picture frame.
table.
That is actually a video screen. We're not going to make use of it today.
Oh.
We literally just got it installed. Streams in the future. We're going to be having a lot of fun with a lot.
This
of
is just a new office.
picture frames, but really excited for us to have this as a resource here in our
No one
own
is
studio
still-
in
no one is
Montreal,
on
so
the
we can do
chat.
more stuff here, including videos that you do all the time, interviews, whatever. So yes, hello, welcome.
This is
There are
cool.
a lot of you out there. Thank you for joining
Hi.
us. It's our second live stream of the month of May. Earlier, we were at PAX East in Boston, where also a bunch of people showed up. In
I
person,
saw.
Which was
I watched it on the train on the way home from
so
London.
many people had
Yeah, but
it was
so
online
that
games.
those are their official
And, to ham it
offices.
up in
Last
front of
time
a
it
live
was a
audience was pretty
panel.
fun.
Yeah, I know.
So we
They went
just
to,
wanted to say
so.
thank you for that. That was our first big live event in a long time, and y'all showed up. So hopefully that means we can do more. And
People keep saying Freddy, and I'm thinking of Freddy Krueger when they probably mean Freddy Fazbear.
due to visa issues.
Yeah, it was
Ask
really
Who's a
sad to
Killer
be watching
add-on.
from the
Hell yeah, that
sidelines,
would be
but
hilarious.
The hype in that room was electric. Like even being at home, but just rooting you guys.
Or as a
that was
killer
just amazing.
add-on, like the
So,
ball pit.
I truly hope that maybe in the future I'll be able to meet you guys in person.
The time.
But for now,
time,
let's get into today's live stream.
teleport,
We're talking about part 2 of
warp
our
gate,
anniversary
ball
live
pit.
stream with the Dead by Daylight.
I don't know why I thought they'd have
5
captions
Yeah.
on the live stream.
Official live stream.
Go
And
Merchant
today,
Ballerina.
First of all, at PAX, you guys got a little taste of
Mm.
what's coming with this chapter, but now
For me,
we're
Skull
gonna be
Merchant
talking
is
about the map,
just
the new
like,
gameplay, and the anniversary event, which is right
Skull
around the
Merchant
corner.
We just
Scrap
gave
Baby.
them an app, and now they're getting the full pizza.
Yeah, the new full pizza.
So if you
Full
are
pizza.
new to Dead by Daylight, which
I don't think
suspect
they're gonna
some of
do
you are, there are a
Gregory
lot of
since
people
he's
here.
technically
I'm looking at the wrong
very
camera. Hello,
Bella
camera
Minor.
two. If you're new to Dead
Like,
by
not
Daylight,
even,
I
like,
just want to quickly explain
maybe
what's going on
10.
today. We're doing our stream, obviously, and generally we try to
Aging
do
that up
these
is-
when we have either a release of the full chapter or, as is the case today, a PTB. If you don't know what PTB is, public
Yeah, but like,
battle.
will people still
What it is a
recognize
test
him as
tool for us
really
on the
being
development team.
Gregory?
Truly, it's a chance for us to get the build out early, find some rough edges.
Because
anything
like
that might not be working,
from 10
get
to
it,
18,
up to gear, up to snuff.
there's a lot of
Skibbity
Fortnite,
changes.
which is coming
Skibbity,
on
skibbity,
June
Fortnite.
17th. So I
Skibbity,
And
just wanted
Fortnite.
to set the stage for you. in
And
case
I'm
you didn't
very
know
much in the
what
theory that
PTB is, 'cause
Gregory
we'll
is a
mention it few
robot.
times. But that is planned to go live as soon as we wrap up the show here today, if we time it perfectly. So stay tuned. All right. So Five Nights at Freddy's is
Five Nights
the
at Freddy's!
most requested chapter of all time. You have wanted this for a long time.
Do you think Vanessa would be from the game or
film
film if they did a skin?
I have wanted
It's
to
tough
look
there,
at that.
but they're
Now it's actually
fairly
happening.
similar, I
So
would
let's
say.
not delay any longer. We'll show you what's
But
It
I
just,
would
I think
probably-
it really depends on whether they can get the actress's likeness.
So,
Yeah.
gonna kick things off with a
So I
segment
would
that you've
probably
been waiting
The
more
for.
final
go
masquerade
game.
event.
Gameplay playing as Springtrap.
Oh,
And
so they're
hoping if not,
gonna
we're gonna have
change
Jason
the
Guzzo back with us
anniversary
to
event
talk
up
about
after
Springtrap's
the
gameplay.
10th.
Yeah, next
or
year's
after
gonna be a
this one.
different
Fazbear's Pizza.
a different anniversary
And next,
theme.
I'll be joined on the couch with Justin Banks,
Not-
who's going to break down this year's anniversary event and show us
Ooh,
everything's going to be happening for
collections.
this last Twisted Masquerade. Then
Oh,
we'll
Ellie,
have a new face on the
creator
couch,
program.
which is going to be
Mhm.
Hollis from the product team, who's going to be running through the latest collections that'll be rolling into the fog here.
I
in
don't know if they're
March.
going to talk about
And
FNAF
after that,
cosmetics.
Eric and I
Because
will
the
be
only
back
thing
on
that
the
it
couch
talks about
to talk
FNAF
Yeah,
here
it's
is
playing
playing
as
as Springtrap. Like, I think they're just going to talk about his gameplay. I don't know if they're going to talk about cosmetics at all.
His special mechanic, probably.
Hear news about, so stay tuned.
And we also have another thing to share with you that is new. Maybe you saw it in your news yesterday in the game. Little spoiler. We're going to be talking about the extremely cool new Dead by Daylight stats tracker that's coming up.
Stats tracker.
In-game stats and progress as well.
Ooh.
Yes, I cannot wait to
Hi,
see how
Ko-Fi
many
Bot.
times I've died. After that, well, obviously, it's going to be.
Do you think Moon will be able to
Twitch
see how many
event
skill
like
checks he's
Outbreak
failed?
on Twitch. And we're going to have 3 amazing
90% of my skill checks are failed.
Oh,
I-
Twitch drops! Twitch drops, guys! Follow me! Follow me! You can get your Twitch drops by following elliemarshado.ttv.
I like the final feast banner.
But maybe, Eric, you want to tell us what we're going to get?
I do, although I don't know that it matches what's in the image. So we have 3 drops for you, but actually the first drop is a combo. You're going to get blood points as well as a smiling clown badge. So
Fander, smiling
what I have written
clown
down
badge.
versus what's in that image are not the same thing. So we're going to learn together.
Wait, did Fander mute?
Smiling
Sorry,
clown
yes,
badge,
and also
200,000 blood points
yes.
bundled together for watching 1 hour, a clown den banner for watching 3 hours, and a pin the tail
I was surprised
on
there
Maury's
was not
charm for
a
anyone
reaction
who
from you.
accumulates 6 hours of watch time.
I'll probably stream for 6 hours in between those dates.
I also
My
miss
little head
Maurice.
pats at the
I
map.
know. I hope he returns to us
Probably
soon.
after.
Before we dive in, one last thing we did want to mention if you've been around for a few weeks. We're running a charity
Although,
program at
even
the
though
moment,
they
which
didn't
I've
directly
been so
say
psyched
that
about,
they're gonna be
tied
FNAF
to
cosmetics,
Aurella's
but they
release,
talked about
and
upcoming
it has
collections
already,
where
well,
Survivor
it's
cosmetics.
finished.
could
Yeah,
be
but
in.
I think they would
Has
include
over
that in FNAF as one big
$200,000
group if they were going to talk
And
about
that's before
Hell
the bonus
yeah.
dollar that we're still calculating right now. So
They've
thank you
raised
to everyone
2,000.
who contributed to that charity. It's going to a really great
Wait, what number
cause
did they
from the
say?
Steam
2,000?
Foundation here in Montreal to help kids. And their
2,000
moms.
what?
So thank you.
Hell
We'll
yeah.
announce the final number when we have it from the
Oh,
numbers
because of
people,
the
but it
Aurella
is
special
over
sale.
$200,000.
Yeah,
So
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of money.
I get it.
Okay.
Over
without further ado,
200,000.
200,000. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Playing a Springtrap and bring out our dear friend
That's
Jay
amazing.
Guzzo, the killer's designer.
Oh my, holy.
Oh, that's loud.
Oh.
That was. Ow. But that sounds so cool. That's so Springtrap.
Oh, the music.
I love this one.
What?
It kind of reminds me of the sound they
Clown
had
music.
in Day Shift at Freddy's.
This is freaky.
I love this one so much.
There it is.
This is so cool.
I didn't know William
This-
Afton was a clown.
No, William Afton owned business. He was one of the part owners of the pizzeria, but he also had a circus of Baby's Pizza World Circus. Baby Circus Pizza World something. And they have the classic melody in.
This
one
is
is
very
so good.
loud.
Yeah, it's loud, but I love it.
Hi.
Whoa! I was waiting
He's
for
got a
that.
Freddy Fart Bear plush.
But we're live.
Yeah.
See, we told you it's live. You didn't believe us. Okay, so hi Jay. So from the time that we announced that Five Nights at Freddy's was coming to Dead by Daylight, obviously the excitement has been off the charts for Five Nights at Freddy's fans, for DBD
How many
fans,
times
for
Magic
myself,
says
maybe you.
something crazy?
And you
I
know,
don't
people
think
were
they can
speculating,
track that.
who's the killer going to be? Are we going to get a map, etc., etc.?
It's just
We
a
answered those
one with
things
billions of
in
zeros.
a high-level way at PAX a few weeks ago. Indeed, we will have a killer, Springtrap. For the first time ever, you get to play as Springtrap instead of be terrorized by Springtrap. Well, if you're a survivor, you'll still be terrorized. And also, we'll be bringing a new map. So
SPINGTAP
has come here to join us.
SPINGTAP.
And if you have watched streams before, you would know Jay from such hits as Chucky and also Dracula.
Well, of that.
Dracula.
with
Both of
the-
those,
I
as
love
well
that
as
when the
Springtrap.
names
So
pop up, they
how
have
are you
the
doing?
pronouns there
I'm doing
too.
great, and I'm excited to be here.
I'm
Mhm.
also excited
Very
for you to be here.
inclusive.
So let's get into it.
Freddy plush
so as I
charm.
mentioned, you
That
worked on some
seems
pretty iconic
not doubtful.
licenses already. So when you were
Probably.
assigned Five Nights at Freddy's, what was it like when you first started working on that chapter?
I hope they have the classic, like, purple guy sprite as a charm. And maybe Balloon Boy as a charm would be hilarious.
So iconic in such a short period of time. But
Woke, Dead by Woke, like.
realize how kind of deep the lore and
Magic,
the story
you're
went,
woke.
Yes.
before I started kind of looking into this chapter. So it's been cool, and like the story is way more horrifying than I ever thought it would be, to be honest.
Oh yes, despite how cute it is, very horrifying. And actually, I think that's a very initial common ground DBD fans and FNAF fans will have. Deep lore
Yeah, you
on
are,
both games,
since you're
much more than
gay.
you'd expect. And once you dig in, it's really cool stuff, and it goes, like you said, it goes places.
Yeah.
So I guess the way you mentioned it, sounds like you had to do a lot of research to get up to speed.
Yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
You
You know,
watched
one of my
all
favorite
the
things
Map
about
Hat
doing
theories.
licenses like this is they give me
I watched them all.
an excuse, I guess, a reason
Yeah,
to
I
become
know.
like a real big nerd
Hee.
about one specific
I watched them
franchise
more
or
than
IP,
once.
and that's always amazing. You know, Chucky, I got to watch all the movies, and Dracula, we played the games and watched stuff. So this one, I did the same thing. I jumped in. My main thing was YouTube and Twitch, watching streams. I watched 60 to 70 hours of content of some of the more popular streamers, I guess we can say.
You watched Markiplier.
All through all the games, including the VR stuff and things. You know, not just to see the games and how they played, but also
Map Hat, that's a
players, how they
skin
react,
that
the
would
community, how they react.
hilarious.
Getting the inspiration for the experiences of FNAF and Five Nights at Freddy's, excuse me.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think that's a really special thing. You didn't just tackle it from a mechanics point of view. You wanted to understand the community. You wanted to understand
Yeah.
the players, make them feel as welcome in DBD as possible. Dead
Yeah.
by Daylight, sorry. No, we're gonna be doing this a lot. It's just quicker to use acronyms.
DBD.
So I think that's a great touch. So any surprises you found along the way as you were doing that?
BDB.
Yeah, I mean, this won't be a surprise to most people, but it was to me. Was like I said, just how passionate the community is. They're like you said, it's very similar to DBD in that respect of like very passionate fans. Very
Passionate. Yeah, that's a way of putting
watch the
DBD
trailers
fans.
and they watch
Well, I'm
gameplay and
passionate.
pixel peep.
Oh yeah.
And they kind of start stringing things together, and I imagine there's at least a few Five Nights fans.
Five
with, like,
Nights.
the boards with pictures and the string all over them.
Five
Just say
Nights
FNAF.
fans.
Which Jay, you're kind of famous for with
Just say
Dracula. And
FNAF.
drew some meme-worthy art, so maybe we'll have some more. But yeah, they're probably picking apart our outfits as we speak. Like, what does it mean? What does it? I just want
And the
people to
game
see my
theorists,
cool
probably.
shoes. That's
I
all.
just wanted
some.
people to see. I don't know if I can show. My
I love
daughter
these
bought me
socks.
Freddy Fazbear
Aw.
socks for Christmas.
Got Freddy on the feet.
Yeah.
Likewise, my son gave me his Freddy plush.
Plash.
For, good
Clash.
We are loving it over here. So
SPINGTAP.
before we jump into the gameplay,
SPINGTAP.
why don't you tell us about how you started to approach the design of Springtrap?
Yeah,
Mhm,
it was
mhm.
really interesting because
It's
obviously
all getting cut from the YouTube video.
both games, gameplay-wise, they're pretty diametrically opposed.
Oi.
Five Nights at Freddy's is really about sitting still. You manage resources, particularly battery, and try not to get killed. Whereas DBD is all about moving around, doing the gens. If you sit still, you're gonna get yourself
Not a
killed.
good
It's
strategy.
not a great idea. So
Bros will tell on you.
Kind of nailing down what the quintessential Five Five Nights at Freddy's experience is. Things like the security office, the battery power, all those amazing jump scares, and just kind of figuring out how to adapt that into the context.
I should watch a
Perfect.
jump scare
So, with that
compilation again.
transition,
Chop
let's
Chop
get
in
into
Dead by
Springtrap
Daylight.
specifically and his gameplay.
Yeah, so one of the goals for Springtrap was
Okay.
to figure out how to lean into those jump scares, which are kind of the thing about the Five Nights at Freddy's games, right? Without making him just a straight-up stealth killer, which was something we wanted to avoid. So I had this
Did
idea
not.
of
Chop,
doing
chop.
something that we'd never really tried before, where we focus Springtrap kind of as a grab-based killer.
A
Because we have
grab-based
grab
killer.
DBD, they are inherently jump scares into themselves with their it's right there. So we just kind of
It's
leaned
exciting.
into that and gave him more
This
of those
sounds fun.
opportunities.
There he is right there on screen. by
There
the
he
way.
That's
is,
cool.
We even have another one of him doing a little bit of a grab.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we gave him a pretty unique projectile. which
Oh,
is
you can
cool.
see his mouth.
Just
That's
figured out
horrifying.
I get to finally announce that the community have been talking about it.
That's
his
just
large
how it
piece of ice
is.
as his main weapon, and a heavy fire axe as his
Oh, that's cool. So it's kind of like
So let's talk about the axe.
Two
Tricks
weapons.
has
Use the axe. How's
weapons.
it different from projectiles
The knife
that other
and his
characters in
bat.
Dead by Daylight use?
How's
Yeah,
it different
so
from Huntress?
It's very unique. It's not gonna play like any other projectile killer that you've tried before.
But is it a
We wanted to do
projectile?
something a little bit interesting with it. So if you throw the axe and it hits something in the environment, whether it's a missed shot or it's deliberate, it creates an AoE that lasts about 15 seconds. And if a survivor walks through it, you get killer instinct on them for a short period of time. If you hit a survivor with it, kind of gets lodged in their back while you're chasing.
Kind of have an axe lodged in your back.
Just a
No
little
big
bit.
deal.
Casual.
So they can remove it manually.
Oh,
they can do it quicker in
so
co-op
it's
with
kind of like
Oh.
Victor
Survivor.
that sticks to your back.
As Springtrap,
Yeah,
you
that's what I was
can
thinking.
Yourself, if you get in
That's
close,
cool.
You can skip kind of the
That's
steps
a
of
bit
downing the
unique
survivor
to
and
to
you
Huntress.
get in close to a survivor that has the axe embedded in them. You click the button, you grab the axe and the survivor at the same time.
But
and you
like
get a
Huntress
little
mains will
jump
have it
scare,
easy on
and then you carry them
Springtrap.
on your shoulder.
I
Or
will have
unknown
to
mains.
practice that.
One of them
The
Yeah,
AoE.
too.
while you have your projectile available.
Yeah, that too.
Whoa, that is sick.
There's a glimpse of some jump.
I love him.
But once you've thrown the axe, you actually move at 4.6
Look at that boy.
meters per second. Something that we've never really done base kit for a killer. It makes for some really interesting tactical choices, meaning that
I feel like that's boyfriend
you have to
potential
recall the
there.
axe manually. It never comes back to you automatically unless you throw it out of the box. You can make a mistake. But yeah, as long as it's in the environment or in a survivor or whatever it is, you have to manually recall it.
So it lightens his load a little bit, makes him a bit faster.
Exactly.
Perfect.
I see.
So that brings us to another unique
That
part
is-
of his gameplay, and I think super iconic to Five Nights at Freddy's, the security office. So let's get into that.
Yeah.
How is that going to work
It
on
would be
maps that aren't FNAF maps?
Maybe the shack. That the
the
security office is always shack.
Which allows
Not every
them to
map
also
has a clear shack.
and some of the ways
True.
we came up with was to introduce a security
They will
office,
find a way.
which is part of any trial that Springtrap is the killer. It's part of his power, but it acts as kind of a transitionary space. So we have 7 doors that appear randomly around the map at press points, and these can be used by survivors or killers to teleport around the map.
Yeah, there be a door.
So
There
like
it is.
teleporting
What?
doors
Survivors
off
can also use them for
of
surveillance. So as a survivor, you
So it's like the
Of
void
the
from the
DBD
Halloween.
map.
the camera view. You'll get the kind of iconic
Oh, okay.
map view in the bottom right of all the different
yeah,
cameras.
yeah, that makes more
On the
sense.
bottom left, you'll see your battery power, which we'll talk about in a second. You can see what's going on in the other doors. You can switch between doors. If you see something that, if it looks safe on the other end, you press the button. Your character goes into the security office, and then it's kind of
Oh,
like a
so the
hands-off,
security
almost like a theme
office
park
is the
experience where
void.
You see the
Yeah.
spectacles
Basically.
going through the office, which is really cool.
And one thing you mentioned, again, just in case we have new folks playing, regardless of what map you're playing on, this
Yes.
functionality, the security room will be there as long as Springtrap is the killer in the match.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you will
exactly.
find out
And,
fairly quickly if it's
as a
him.
survivor, if you happen to see Springtrap
Mm-hmm.
through a camera, you train your camera on him for a few seconds. He'll be revealed for.
Ooh,
the
that's
whole survivor
cool.
team.
Nice.
Like if you have someone who is really good with the
That makes more
cameras.
sense than anything Magic said.
What if Springtrap goes in at the same time as a survivor goes in at a different door and they meet?
then
Yeah,
revealing him,
since they can
that's
both
so
use
cool.
the doors in the security office,
Yeah.
we wanted to make sure that there was an opportunity for that interaction. So if a survivor is moving through that space from one door to the other, and Springtrap, excuse me, chooses one of those two doors, whether the one they're coming from or the one they're going to, he'll interrupt them in the security office for a fun little surprise.
Ooh,
So he gets like
awesome. I
notified.
love all the little touches
Like
that
with
the
the
team
void,
has planted
too.
in there like that. I think the fans are really gonna love it.
Probably he can jump
including
scare
this,
them.
it
That would
mentioned
be
the battery. Managing the battery is
sounds like something
is
he
part
would
of
do.
this as well. So how's that work in DBD?
Yeah, so survivors share a universal battery. It's shared amongst all of them. It drains a little bit, kind of ticks down per second while you're using the cameras.
That
We
makes
didn't want
sense.
players
Battery.
to just be the man in the chair
Yeah.
and just sitting there and telling all their friends. So it drains a little bit using the teleporter to move around the map. Takes off a big old chunk in one shot. And then you have to kind of manage that battery as a team. It slowly recharges on its own over time, but you have to kind of manage when and where you're using it. If the battery does run out, the security system, which is kind of the doors, the cameras, the office, goes into shutdown mode for 45 seconds. But Springtrap is not affected by the battery.
So the survivors
So
have the
If
battery.
the survivors have kind of overplayed their hand and they
not
shut the security
Springtrap.
office down, they've kind of given up their one bit of power in this
Right.
chapter, and
That's
Springtrap can
so
still use
cool.
the doors and bounce around.
Ooh,
That's
dangerous.
so cool. I
Dangerous.
love it.
Fantastic. But what about disabling the doors?
Yes.
Yes.
So to go back to the axe, if the killer hits either a camera or a door, the whole thing, with their axe, that door and the camera becomes unavailable to survivors. They can't use it to teleport away. They can't teleport to that door, and they can't see through the camera.
You want to see him move and hear his voice.
Got it. When the killer retrieves it, that effect lingers a little bit. It becomes a really cool way of like, I need to scope this area out.
Yeah,
I
that
wanna
would be
revealed
cool.
or seen.
Can I get
Open the
freaky
door,
with the unknown,
use
says
the shotgun,
Chatter.
Take the survivors out.
Got it. But it's not permanent. The door can be used again after the axe has been
Probably.
retrieved. After cool.
Unless it's in shutdown, which means the survivors can't use it anyway.
Right. Cool. Okay. So speaking about moving around the map, which
Yeah.
it sounds like we have a new exciting way to do that. One of the coolest things about the chapter, in fact, is the map.
It's going to be one of my favorite maps.
Is now a new map, a new level within Dead by Daylight for DBD fans, specifically in the Withered Isle realm.
What's the Withered
Tell
Isle
us about the map.
realm?
Yeah,
Dredge
the
and
art team,
Unknown.
the level design team.
Okay.
Much like me, they did a ton of research, and like I don't say this just because we're doing the stream here, but it's becoming one of my favorite maps. I love it so much. In the same way that we worked hard at kind of integrating a lot of opportunities for jump scares into the killer gameplay,
Research, watching map pack
their team really
videos.
wanted to
Yeah.
make sure that they did the
That's a
same
lot
when
of
it comes to
research,
things
by the
Easter
way,
eggs
because
and scares
there's,
around the map. So it
like,
really pays off if you're
a
kind
lot
of
of like
exploratory player a little bit.
where stuff was
Amazing.
found is
So
like
are there some areas that you want to shout out
piled
that
together
Five Nights
there.
at Freddy's fans might recognize?
Yeah, I mean,
I
there's
just
gonna
saw
be
someone
there's gonna
say,
be a lot.
"Sir,
You'll
the
see a lot
second
of small
hillbilly has
references
hit
and
the
stuff, but
Coldwind Farm."
Obviously, we've recreated a couple of really
What?
areas in the game, but we're also letting you exit the pizzeria to explore the outside a little bit, which is really cool.
Is that because of
And
the
we
speed that he
wanted to kind of add a
moves?
little bit more space to allow for more dynamic
I
chases
don't
and
know.
whatnot. But for the rooms, we've got
Because
both
hit the
dining
Coldwind
hall,
Farm.
of course, with
SPINGTAP.
full animatronic
SPINGTAP.
stages, very cool. And we have the arcade, which is it's all very kind of creepily decorated like a birthday party.
Freddy Fart Bear!
Areas like the kitchen
Yo.
and even the mechanical room.
Oh, this is
cool.
more
And,
movie
We
based.
can
yeah,
see a
there you
little
go,
glimpse
yeah.
This
right
is
there, too.
lovely.
Yeah, so altogether this should kind of feel
Since
like
in the
a
games they never
well, I
had
mean, I
like
guess a formerly
sauce
working
on the
pizzeria.
animatronics.
And of course, since it's
Yeah.
Dead by Daylight, the entity's weird pustules and deformations
But
are
well,
everywhere.
this
to
is
remind
this
you
is
exactly
Scott
of where you
Cawthon's
where you
mind.
still are and
You're
where
making
you're
a
stuck.
judgment call
What
on
do
those
I
pustules there,
expect?
Julie.
But if you're a Five Nights at Freddy's fan, I think you're really gonna love the map. They've done a lot of really cool work.
Yeah, it's super fun. And it looks really good too. The art team did knock it out of the park. But also with Springtrap wandering around, it's like a terror. And I think for Five Nights at Freddy's fans, like, whoop, you're going to be in familiar territory.
Yeah.
there.
This is going to be cool.
So one other nice thing that we did mention on the PAX broadcast, but I do want to mention it again, we're going to have a separate queue.
That's
for,
actually really
this map
cool that you can
specifically,
get
which
like
means
the new map.
you want to go to the game and you just want to check out the map, normally in the past you'd be in the general rotation of maps and all that.
I think that's really
now
cool
you can
that you
go
can
straight
get
in just to
the new
the
map
pizzeria
specifically.
without having to hope that you get there. So
Mhm.
it's going to be its own queue when you
That
join
I
the
really
game.
love.
Yeah, and that's a
Nice.
feature that's going forward with any chapter with a new map. You'll have a
Perfect.
unique queue for that new map, which is really cool.
Perfect. Okay. How about some last tips
Yep.
for survivors and for killer players?
Yeah, so for the killer, as Springtrap, get used to the arc of the projectile.
Get
as
used
I
to the
said,
arc.
super
Okay,
unique,
so it's gonna be
compared
different
other
to
projectile killers.
Huntresses.
We've
Yeah, I
really
imagine
seen
it'll be heavier than Huntresses.
pull off some pretty gnarly trick
Yeah,
shots.
so it
We've seen some
probably will
really
go
interesting
high,
ones on
maybe
our internal
higher up
playtest.
and
It's
like
been
then
super fun.
go
So
faster
test that out,
down,
get used to it, and take
or
advantage
like
of the
just
jump
faster
scares.
down in general. So
Especially
you
if you're
have
playing
to
with your
shoot
friends,
higher
hearing
up.
them shout in your ear is
Mhm.
always a great time.
Yes.
But for survivors, take advantage of the cameras and the doors. It may seem a little unsafe because you can be interrupted or whatever.
Josh Hutcherson Dwight skin.
Valuable tools if you get used to
Just
them.
imagine you going through the door and you get
kind of
a face full of Springtrap. That would be so scary.
You'll
Mhm.
get more of an advantage
Like, you
out
know,
of them than
scratch
I think
mirrors,
you
jump
realize at
scares.
first.
It's gonna be like
Yeah.
that probably.
Well, Jay, thank you so much as
Thank you.
always. for
Well,
joining us
Springtrap
on the
doesn't
couch
have a
with
scratch
your
mirror, but-
wonderful work and the fun
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
that you've
but like
planted in there.
just
Soon
appearing
enough,
out of
people will get to play
nowhere.
around with it. I know you're
Yeah.
going to be glued to
But
your
just in the
Twitch screens
doors.
and
Oh,
watch
yes.
people play it, test it out. Thank you so
Especially
much for
it's gonna
joining us.
get
The show
better
must
if
roll
like
on. So
Springtrap's
next, we're going to bring out
players
our
don't
friend
overuse
Justin
it, or
Banks
like
to
if
fill
it's
you
like
in on DBD's
they stop
anniversary
using it
event
as
that's
much
right around the corner.
Bye, everybody.
for whatever.
The final Twisted Masquerade event. We're probably going to see
Later.
some anniversary cosmetics. So this comes out on the 16th of June, right? The same day as FNAF.
Probably. I love that at the bottom it says like lipstick later. Oh, the lipstick is even on the table.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I've checked. The PTB is not out yet.
Yeah, maybe they're gonna do it after the live stream is done.
Hmm.
I assume that they're gonna have a bunch of like cosmetics for Springtrap. Like I feel like Scott Kaufman is a person who would be like, oh yeah, just do it.
Okay, so one of oh my god, my throat. I died. But one of
Still
the
no
best
one is on
things
the channel.
for Dead by Daylight that makes me really excited around this time of year is that there's always something to celebrate. And this year is no different. Because not only are we welcoming in Five Nights at Freddy's to the Fog, but also our anniversary event is right around the corner. So, what better way to party and welcome back the anniversary event and get ourselves nice and warm by the fire than with Justin Banks?
Thank you, Dork. I'm really happy to be back with all you guys out there. It's another masquerade, another year where they dust me off, take me out of the locker.
Hi.
Here to talk to you guys about what is happening for this
Kinda
year's
looks like
masquerade.
Dwight.
Yeah, and I'm
Yeah, what are you
excited
doing in the
to have
locker,
party up
Justin?
this,
Is there a David in there with you?
Yeah, so there's lots of
Whoa.
stuff going on.
Or
and it's a special
Dwight.
one because as I think you saw by the title just before, after 4 years, this is going to be our final masquerade. We have lots of laughs, lots of fun, and the response to all of the gameplay, the cosmetics, the aesthetics have all been incredible since we got this party started. So our final
Teasing new
masquerade
skins.
event is actually going to start in about a month and run from June 25th to
Oh.
July 16th.
That's not what I
Well,
expected at all.
We're sad to see it go. I mean, it was a really, really fun theme that we worked on internally. We've had a gas working on it every single year, but we're going to close out with one last
25th of
draw
June.
before moving on to something completely brand new for
So,
our 10th anniversary.
16th of July.
next
That's
year.
not very
There's a lot
long.
of hype. I don't want to tease, but come back a year from now, and we're
It's
going
half
to
a
have
month.
something really special for you.
I'm really excited to see what we come up with.
Yeah.
But also, when
Yeah,
in terms of
bit
actual
more.
gameplay, when
But
we're talking about
yeah.
the return of Twisted Masquerade, is it true that the team decided to work on fine-tuning what we've currently got instead of adding new things to the whole shebang?
Yeah, exactly. So
21 days.
there's a few things that we're doing to really focus on the quality of life of the game overall. So you've seen all of you guys out there. I don't even know which camera I'm looking at. That one. All of you guys out there, you've all seen how we're pushing for quality of life. We want to make sure that it's the game that, it's the game you guys deserve. You've stuck with us for such a long time. We're fixing long-standing bugs. We're adding features to
God,
I think that's
the overall
cool.
experience. And we want that to translate to how we deal with events as well. So we made the decision to focus a lot of our resources on that quality of life and less so on adding to new gameplay features for this final Twisted Masquerade event.
Okay, so in terms of that, then, what can players expect to see returning to the fog with this Twisted Masquerade?
So returning, well, I can just summarize by saying all the really cool stuff that we've done before. Again, it's fun to work on this stuff year after year. So what we have coming back are the invitation powers.
I don't really
are super
remember
fun
how
that
they
you can
worked.
collect as
I didn't
survivor
play
or
much
killer, and
last
you'll
year.
get powers to use
I
their
didn't play
charges
at
for
all.
as the match goes on. We are bringing back the bag of tricks that we introduced last year, which
That
creates
sounds
a
cool.
random effect on the match. That happens based on the progression of completing generators, accumulated with whatever hook stages are at, to really keep things dynamic, keep it moving. We're
All I
also
want
bringing
is a
back
FNAF
Bobby
skin for
Campbell,
Ace. You might be able to
Chapel,
tell I'm a big
created
Ace fan.
for the entire
Yeah,
party.
you were using him earlier.
Still all the same decorations as last year, but we're saying
So I'm not
the
wholly
party is
surprised.
coming to an end over there.
Yeah.
And we'll even
I would
have
be
a
okay
little
if
bit of
Ace
Five
does
Nights at
not
Freddy's
get a
theming
FNAF
showing up in our
skin.
anniversary lobby.
Okay, I love
Hot
the fact that
take.
the lobby is going to be like
I
a
want
party
Because
Adam
because
to have
Ace
a
just
plus
got
FNAF
other
skin.
the new
content,
shirt
love
of
there.
the
I cannot wait to
code,
get
the
my
redeem
hands
code.
on my invitation just to
I
So
want
Ace can-
no one to get any FNAF
So
skins.
when you're talking
I
about
want
the quality
everyone
of
to get a
life,
FNAF
though,
skin.
is
That would
players
also
gonna
be
get to
okay with me.
experience
Everyone
that
or no
in
one.
gameplay with Twisted
Or
Masquerade this year?
everyone or no one besides
Absolutely.
Michaela.
So
I'm
when we
okay
Oh
were
my
with
thinking
that
God.
too.
how
Oh
quality of life would
no,
applies
I need
to the game
Adam
as a whole,
skins.
we're saying, well,
Okay,
there are some
Adam
elements of
and
events that could work
Michaela.
better for a
What if we
better player
need
experience.
Jonah
So
skins?
while by and large everything
No.
from the event was really
Nah.
well received, we know people enjoy the invitation
Damn.
powers, the bag of tricks, etc. There was one big friction point from last year that we wanted to fix, which was the remote hook
Orella,
power for
Sable,
invitations.
Michaela, and
So
Adam.
we've tweaked that
'Cause
a
then
little bit just to apply some
We
quality
we
of
all are
life
sated with
to
No, and,
this
one of
event
our-
as well,
Ace for
to make sure
the
And
guy.
Ace for
as
Rustic Island.
it's no longer
Yeah.
you can't just look at a hook and bam, the survivor goes there.
Fine.
Okay.
Now what will
At
happen
least
is
hopefully
the
it's a
survivor has to
legendary
locate a hook,
skin, so we don't
they'll
have to
hold
look
a
at
button
Ace.
for a period of time, and
What?
then
I'm
the
so
survivor
sad.
No,
will
no,
be
we're
captured.
manifesting
And
this
it
for
will
you,
also be
Rustic
obvious
Island
if the
4.
killer is doing this,
A legendary
the
skin.
We're gonna get an Ace
survivor
skin.
their counterplay to make them drop.
Yeah.
Imagine
So
Vanessa
we're really hoping that creates
As an
as
Ace
a
skin.
legendary skin
more
for
friendly
Ace.
gameplay, some less abusive elements, and just an overall
Did I know that one,
I
Chief?
would-
fun for everyone to play through.
This would be great.
Well,
I'm
you
really
guys
excited
always
for
want
that, yeah.
gender bend
So,
skins.
In addition to that,
I
last
don't-
year we pulled back the
I don't think
curtain
that's a
on our
gender bend. I
host.
think that's just
Yeah,
something
Don't-
okay,
Max.
that's yeah.
We've shown around in quite a
Sorry.
few assets. We showed
Have we
off
ever
our
seen
we're
collab?
manifesting
lot
it.
of ways.
Like-
Darling tricks.
I'm trying to think. Have we ever
So,
seen collab
since
legendary
this is the
skins
last
for
masquerade, her
survivors?
presence is going to be a little less felt, so you won't hear her or see her as often. And then she'll just be
Yeah,
For original survivors,
into the
sorry.
fog, you could say.
Oh, that's really sad
Probably
that we're
not.
going to see her
Dunno.
fading away. But
How
I
do you mean?
understand. At least
Well,
we
like,
enjoy
you know,
her.
Trapper has a skin for Naughty
So,
Bear,
with
but
this being the last hurrah, what does this mean? for
Michaela
the
has
Twisted
the skin
Masquerade
for
rewards
the
and
wife of
So this is probably one of my favorite
Trevor,
parts to talk
I
about.
that's not a
because
legendary
these
skin though. That's
skins
just an
every
outfit. That's a
year.
cosplay.
It's
That's
amazing.
not a.
These
Yeah,
are so
true.
creative and fun to work
True.
on. So we wanted to use our final Twisted Masquerade
I
as a
think
way to
the
catch up
killers
on
have
all
that
original
more
characters
than
who did not
Yeah,
get
but
to
I'm trying to think
survive
whether
this
any of the
time.
survivors do.
Okay.
So what you would see here is that we are adding masks for any survivors.
Orella is
Houndmaster, Tori, Jake,
that did not
Orella,
get to survive
Claudette,
this.
Sable,
So
and
we've got one for
Vittoria.
Vittorio, Jake,
I
Tori,
love Claudette.
Sable,
That
Sasha,
Houndmaster
and
one looks
Orella.
so good.
And then on the killer
Yeah.
side, we only had one that's missing a mask, so
Yo.
we have a mask for Houndmaster.
Ooh, there's some cool.
Well, we
What?
have to supplement that to keep 6 collectible pieces per
Oh,
roll.
no Adam.
They
5
switched too
killer anniversary
early.
weapons
Adam
that look
already has
Some
one
of those look
probably.
really
For
cool.
that, we've got one for Trapper.
Because
Wait, Adam
what-
already has one?
Huntress,
I love
Yeah, they
the
said
OG.
everyone
I
who
cannot
does
wait to
not
get my
have
hands on that
one yet.
spirit one.
Yeah,
Get
oh,
one.
They all look so
Okay.
so damn good.
It's so
Every
And we've not
original
left out
character.
2 other characters because
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
are going
I
to
love
get
the
the fully
Huntress
earnable
sack.
outfits
Okay.
from the event. So we've
Ooh.
got David King
Ooh,
and the
Wraith!
Wraith.
That
So
one looks
fully decked
good.
out, ready to celebrate the party.
That is a good
So with
skin.
that, we're catching up on all
Yeah,
of our
that
original
is a
characters, making
beautiful
sure
skin.
that everyone is able to dress for the party for
Everyone
our final
can get
masquerade,
dressed a bit.
which I think is really cool.
It's super cool.
And one thing that we've started to do over the past few years is introduce what I'm calling guests to the party.
I love that
So
David
some licensed
King's
characters
mask
who are
looked
getting
like a
outfits.
crown at the
Now,
Licensed?
I don't want to spoil anything, so stay tuned for Hollis's section
Oh.
after, as he shows you who
Okay.
is guest starring at the party.
Then the next session, we're going to see licensed characters with masquerade
Oh,
skins.
So
That's exciting.
Ghostface already has one.
Okay.
Maybe
so
I would
I know a lot
expect
of people are going to
maybe
be thinking about this.
Xenomorph.
Myself included. I'm very curious.
Xeno could
so
be
when it comes to the Time
maybe
Twisted
the
Masquerade collection and the items, what happens?
Pyramid Head
So,
because he gets
as
a
we've
bunch
done
of
for
skins.
events and event collections in the past,
Any of the
like
Resident
this
Evil
one,
characters?
we have it
And
only
the
available
Resident
during the
Evil
period of the
characters,
event,
those
and then when the
are
event happens
the
again
ones
next
that I
year, all
might
the
think
previous iterations come back
can
in the
get.
store. Since this is the last
Maybe
masquerade, what we're
Nicolas
doing is going to
Cage.
be a little
Maybe.
different. We
Does
have
he
to
not already
adapt
have?
because we don't want these to fade away
I
forever.
don't know.
Mhm.
So we
Again, I have
are
not played
tentatively
last
planning
year.
for these to come
I
back
don't know if he
both
has
permanently
or
at a
not.
certain point in the future, but I can't give specifics exactly when that is going to be.
Oh, that's
Because
cool.
when this masquerade ends, everything will disappear.
So at some point in the
and no one knows
future, they're
exactly
planning on
certain.
bringing all of the masquerade
So be
cosmetics
aware,
into the
you know,
store
come back and
permanently.
Get any masks they missed, or
Oh,
if they
that's
joined us
cool.
later, come
But
in
I think
and
that
pick them up
maybe
then.
after
But
the
they aren't
event-
committing to that.
Especially because this time of
Yeah.
year anniversary is like a huge thing for our community. So this
So maybe
is
next year they'll
I
bring
know.
it back
But
permanently.
also, aren't we doing something
Yeah.
else to make this a little bit more special?
Or like
Absolutely.
the just
So I was talking about how we want to make sure all of our originals have masks or outfits to celebrate the party.
Mm-hmm.
But we want to make sure that all of our players
Mhm.
have access to all of these originals too to celebrate with. So what we're doing is we're putting all of our original characters on free trial for the entire duration of the event. So if there's
Wow.
a driver, a killer that you've not ever played before, you've been interested about, pick them up, play them in the normal queue. play them
Every
in the
single
event queue,
original character.
Really go nuts.
I don't
That is
think
And
insane.
if you actually want to keep
The
them,
question
we're gonna
is,
have some really sick
Danny
sales going
Johnson
on. So
technically is an
get
original
them at a really nice
character.
price and
But
keep
Ghostface
celebrating
isn't.
with them.
Yeah,
That's
but
awesome,
Ghostface
Justin.
isn't.
Thank you
Also,
so
he was
much
just
for
on
giving us
trial
the
for the
rundown on
for the
the
2v8.
event and the Twisted
True,
Masquerade.
true.
So sad to hear that it's
I don't
gonna be
know
going
if I
soon, but
would
we're gonna keep it
play
together.
another
It's gonna go out with a
character.
bang.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty
at least
happy
we have
with the
that,
ones
right?
I have.
At least we have that. All right, so
I'm
next
excited
up
for the
joining me on
sale.
couch is going to be a new face to the stream. So please join me in the chat.
A new
A
person.
warm welcome for Hollis, who's going to be
I
giving us
gotta
a full
say,
rundown
I
on
love
the
her
latest
hair,
collections that'll be rolling
like
into the fall.
with the braids and the gold, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like a little. I don't know if it's like light dark purple or
It's
like blue, but it looks good.
Here we go, guys.
Yo.
We'll
I love
find out
this song so much.
who's getting cosmetics. I can't wait to look at all these
Michaela.
skins I'm not gonna buy.
Dun, 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 dun.
Doom, doom, doom.
I actually have not looked at Michaela's Twisted Masquerade stuff yet. Probably should. Ooh, new face.
Hello,
Okay,
Hollis.
It is upcoming collections time, and you know I love talking about collections. And here with me to talk about them is a new phase, our senior live specialist, operations specialist,
Hello.
Hollis.
I
to
think
give
you're
us
a bit
full
ahead of
rundown on
me,
everything
Ali,
that's going to be coming
but
to the Dead by
curse.
Daylight in-game store in the next couple of months. So welcome to the stream.
Thank you.
So Hollis, how about you go ahead and give us a rundown about your role real quick?
Yeah, so my day-to-day consists mostly of scheduling and setting things up for the in-game store. So stuff you would see like the collection banners, featured outfits, the bundles,
cool.
Weekly gifts, sales, stuff like that. I've also worked on a few of the collections you guys may have seen in the store.
So you're the guy who gave us the David and Dwight Locker bundle.
And on that note, speaking of
Probably.
content creation, I am sort of moving further in that direction as I'll be the person heading up charms and player cards going forward.
Okay. Speaking of player cards, that was actually one thing we missed to talk about in our last segment. I was just sitting down with Justin, where we're going to have badges and banners coming in as other things in the event. I'm super excited. But also, thank you for the Chrysalis collection. Oh my god, I'm a huge Chrysalis fan.
Is that the
Bug
bug
one.
collection?
With all of that said,
Oh,
like
okay.
I said, I just sat down with Justin and they gave us a full rundown.
Survivor
about
side, I love
Twisted
that
Masquerade
collection.
when it comes to
On
in-game earnables,
Killer side,
but what can
I
you
was
tell us
just
about
like,
what's gonna
ew,
happen
get the
store
bugs off my
So this
skin.
semester we have some really cool exclusive events.
Even though it's
rewards.
not on my
We also have
skin,
some
but on
exclusive
the
store
killer's
rewards for Twisted
skins.
Masquerade. This time around we have some outfits for the Lich Vecna.
Wow.
Ooh, Moon, you are ahead of me.
Outfit, as well as Baymar.
But
who is wearing
you
his
knew
Masquerade
the name of
outfit. She has a
Hollis
mustache
before
like
me.
that.
Yeah, I knew his name because I said it in the previous segment.
So as
Oh,
always,
I
all the mask
didn't
outfits
pay
from
attention
previous
to
years
I knew his
are
name because I pay
in the
attention.
store. You'll be able to find a few select masks in bundles for Killer and Survivor. And for anyone who may have missed Twisted Masquerade,
Oh, that was
we
Bearmar.
also have a bundle with rewards from that. So the Unknown outfit, the player
That took me a
card,
while to figure out who that was.
all that will be available in the store on June 25th.
Yeah, who
So
ca-
if you
does
have-
anyone care about Bearmar?
So, is there gonna be any
Who's that
fantastic
guy?
sales
It's the
happening?
male version of Ace Tree.
So we're gonna be doing 30% off
Oh, no.
almost everything in the
No one
store
cares
for
about
outfits released before
Yeah,
the
no,
Five
we
Nights at
don't
Freddy's
care
chapter.
about him.
On top of that, we'll be doing 25.
That's
to
probably
50%
because
off
he got the
almost all the
skin
characters,
that
and as
people
Justin
pay
mentioned, if you find a
attention.
character you like during the free trials, it's a great time to pick them up and add them to your roster.
Okay. All right. So, and as obviously, we kind of touched on it. Brace yourself. This is a bit emotional. But after this, the party will be over. It'll be our. I
This
know.
is so
I
much.
know.
Maybe they're gonna do the
But
untwisted
we'll be okay
masquerade after
because
this.
before we
I
close
don't
the
think
curtain,
so.
We've got
I don't
other
think
things
so,
happening
but
right
it would
before,
be
right?
so
That's correct.
funny
On June 17th,
if
we
they're
have our
doing
highly
it instead of the
anticipated
Twist
Five
and
Nights at
Masquerade, the
Freddy's, chapter
untwisted
releasing,
one.
Along with it, the Five Nights at Freddy's collection. Now, as you know,
Oh,
Disney
he is talking
not
about Five
only
Nights at
outfits
Freddy's.
and packs, but we got a few more
Yeah.
to show off today that no one's seen quite yet.
Because it's
Okay.
part of the
But in case
collection.
you did miss packs, first of all, what are you doing?
Yeah. What are you doing?
Second of all,
Matthew.
Hello.
our Yellow Rabbit legendary outfit for our new killer Springtrap. This is an incredible
I love-
outfit from the Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
Yeah.
That features the likeness
Yeah.
of Matthew Lillard, who played William
I love
Oh, hello,
the-
Bearmar.
Before the Springlock accident, that really
Hello.
led to Springtrap.
Oh, hi,
Matthew
Fender.
Lillard.
Now, this outfit has original
Got very
Hi.
close to your mic there.
Hi, yeah, I did.
Get away from it.
Go
back.
In the lobby.
Back.
Okay.
No.
I cannot wait to get my hands on that. But are there going to be other versions of Springtrap
Matthew
with the
Lillard.
fog as well?
There is. We also have a glitch
Yes!
legendary outfit for Springtrap.
They put the wrong image on stream. Oh, hello. That's not.
Glitch
And
Trap.
sequel help wanted to.
That's not Glitch
Yeah.
Trap, is it? Is that?
That's
So it's
Glitch
amazing
Trap.
to have him as part of this
Oh.
collection.
That's Glitch Trap
And
of
as an
the
added bonus, for both legendary outfits, when you unlock
not
them, you'll
the
receive a
VR
portrait
game.
badge of those characters as
That's
well.
probably
Glitch
the
Trap portrait badge.
original
And a yellow rabbit,
golden
portrait
Bonnie
with Becky Lillard's
suit
likeness
because
in the
it's
bottom as well.
sewn.
We
But
also
it's
have
Glitch
two
Trap.
very rare outfits for Springtrap, which are both taken from Five Nights at Freddy's
Yippee,
Special
yippee,
Delivery, the
yippee.
mobile AR game,
Oh.
which are Clown Springtrap and Toxic Springtrap.
Ooh.
Now,
Whoa.
Springtrap.
Going straight to
Toxic
the
Of the
fans
AR.
will remember him, but we put our own twist on Toxic Springtrap to really make him our own. But that's not all. For the survivors out there who want to show their love for FNAF, there will be
Survivors.
20 Fazbear's t-shirts
All
available for
original.
all original survivors. You
Yes.
can buy them individually or bundled together at a discount.
That's gonna be great. I mean, I love like the shirts especially because it.
You got
gives them this
something.
nice,
We
cool,
got something for
casual look.
Ace because
And I think
all original ones.
Yeah.
it's
Good job, guys. We predicted it. Everyone gets a
Kind of
magic.
close to the.
The casual collection.
Everyone and no
as the
one.
name implies, it focuses on streetwear and
But
casual
it's
clothing.
everyone.
We're going to add
Alright.
more variety to characters who've kind of been stuck with one look in the past. So, for example, a guy like Gabriel, who's often
Ooh.
portrayed in space-themed outfits, we finally gave him something
That
more
looks
casual.
good.
Finally! Finally! Gabriel's
That
getting
looks
some
good.
good skins.
Gabriel, we also have Tori, who will be taking a
Whoa! Oh, that's a peak skin. I need that skin.
We're very excited about
I
it,
also
which is
need that
Talita,
skin.
Who is getting some pants and a ski
Hell yeah.
That's
shorts
also
and
really
skirt for Tori
gorgeous
that she's
skin.
included.
Very gay.
Gonna mention.
The first trousers for
Thank you, Eric.
Talita.
We got pants.
Pants.
I need that Tory skin. That Tory skin was so good. It had the entity's claws on the jacket.
We have, outfits
I I
for Howdy
love
as well. And this collection will be
Tori
released
already
on July
as a
2nd,
character.
right at the
Like
start of
her
summer.
Blood Moon
I
outfit
cannot
was
wait.
so
Obviously, I'm
gorgeous,
very
but
Wait,
excited
did he
about
say
that.
Hattie?
Pants. But with that,
I don't know.
I mean, especially because like with the pants, I get to be nice
Pants.
and comfortable while I'm hanging on the hook. I mean, I'm gonna be there anyway, so I might as well.
Yeah,
be
I know I need to get
comfortable, right?
Well, if you
Tori.
want hook with no pants.
I don't care
Yeah.
about Sable
Let me
anymore.
rephrase that, Hollis. But
I
we
would
also
have
want the
gotten
killer to be
Sable, but
nice
Tori
and
first.
comfortable as well while
But-
Fuck
they're
Sable. All my
But-
homies hate Sable.
which reminds me why
But-
we're bringing
Magic
up
likes
the
Sable.
First, I need the shirt
Fog
for
on July
Michaela I
8th,
want.
coming in with a very rare for the Huntress and a
Yay!
legendary for the artist.
That's right. And since
Oh.
the
Yo.
outfit is a legendary outfit inspired by the Boulet brothers
That we
themselves,
already saw,
buying
but
that one
it
will get you an
looks
exclusive
good.
Boulet brothers themed
But
I
I'm
didn't
buying
see
it.
this before.
You didn't?
Oh.
No.
I'm so
Oh, that's
so
new.
excited to get my hands
What?
on it.
They did not.
Joe, sneak preview.
Sneak peek. Well, I mean, this is the best segue because we're going to be talking about a fan favorite returning.
Is it the summer?
That is right. The
Collection.
Waterfront Massacre Collection is back. And for anyone out there who doesn't know what the Waterfront Massacre Collection is basically Day at the Beach gone terribly, horribly wrong for our characters. This time around, we have outfits for Elodie, Orella.
That's not Elodie.
Ace,
There she is.
Xenomorph.
Ace.
Xenomorph. So Elodie and Orella are both getting
Ace
some
got a new skin.
nice beach
Oh, look at those trunks.
They got all-
and
they
then
also said
there's
Xenomorph
Ace,
gets
who is,
skin.
Yeah, show
Yeah,
us
they
Xenomorph. I want to
did.
see Xenomorph's beach bikinis morph.
something special.
It's very special.
He's rocking a leopard print
I'm
speedo and
not
what
even
seems to be a very
very
short robe.
like the shirt
people out there,
of
you
the
type in
Ace,
chat.
like
I can't
the
confirm this
like that
outfit
looks
is mix and
cool.
match.
Like
So,
Although I
I
want
This
that
is
Ace
mix
skin.
and match.
whatever outfit you like,
You can put the trunks on any other outfit, they've just said.
Oh my gosh.
Meaning
finally,
also
we
you
work
can
closely
get
with
better-
20th Century Games on our take on the Xenomorph. It's inspired
What?
by an anglerfish look, and we're really happy with how it turned
Yo.
out. It's very creepy, very
That
cool.
This
I
Holy
know-
heck, that's fucking gorgeous.
I think that's on the Xeno Queen base.
Yeah, it is.
I already know a very distinct group of people that were playing nothing but Ace Visconti during 2v8, and they're going to be wearing the hell out of that.
Such
spell.
a gorgeous Xenomorph skin.
Holy
Like, how
hell,
tough
that
is
was
an angler
choose
fish?
your side.
amazing.
But thank you so much for joining me on the couch to talk about all the latest collections that'll be coming into the Fog. I'm super excited, and it was great to have you, Hollis.
Oh, thank you for having me. This was so much fun.
It was so much fun.
She was making a joke about Bikini Morph and then they showed the fucking coolest thing ever.
Creators out there to talk about the creator program. So stay tuned.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Also Orella.
That Xenomorph skin. I
That was so
Ellie,
cool.
I think you're probably gonna switch out a Xeno Queen if I'm guessing right.
Well, that's like the Xeno Sea Queen.
Yeah, the Xeno Sea Queen.
It's like a Xenomorph
Okay,
acquired
Ellie.
an anglerfish
Ellie,
and
now
then
you have, yeah,
and then was able to grow into a queen.
Yeah, yes.
Like, I love seeing
now we
these
have
because they feel
to-
lore accurate. See the animal-based Xenomorph
Yeah.
skins. Like, they feel like they could be something that actually exists within the alien
Yeah.
world.
Yes. Ellie, now you have to pay attention.
I know.
We're back. How
Still
about
no one is
them
on the chin.
pants?
If there was no sound effect, that would be so funny.
Yeah. New stream capabilities, the
Sound
technology
effect.
is amazing.
They're still
just a
figuring
quick
it
note,
out.
I did see people they thirsting for whatever the Hattie cosmetic is. We just didn't have an image for it. I'm sorry. So
Hattie
please
did not
just
have
stay
a
tuned a little longer. It's great.
Image. I didn't even
Okay,
notice.
so
yeah.
now we're gonna talk
I
about
did
creator
notice and
program.
was confused.
So, at PAX a
was
few
not
weeks ago,
paying
as
enough
we've said a couple times, we
attention.
did a big stream there. We did mention there's a new creator program on the
Mm-hmm.
horizon with more details on the next stream, which is this stream. So let's do that. It's today, so we've got more details to share. So, the current creator program, as you probably know, is called Fog Whisperers. They're an amazing group of people that I've gotten to meet a bunch of now. Very thankful for that. They're awesome. They're content creators on all things Dead by Daylight, and it's while many of those relationships are going to continue for sure, it's also time that we're going to open
Ellie.
the door to new folks. This is something we've heard a lot of. How can I get into the program? So that's what we're going to start doing. So for starters, we're actually going to retire the name Fog Whisperers. So that crew remains in the stratosphere as the Fog Whisperer Pantheon. And we're rebranding it as the Dead by Daylight Creator Program.
They took a really
Yes, but
awesome
don't worry,
name,
for
said
anyone
we're
wondering,
putting
We're
that
getting
into
rid
the
of this.
closet now and putting on
Yeah.
a really boring name.
Do not worry about that. And on top of the new name, actually, the goal of our creator program is to make partnering with Dead by Daylight even easier and better for the creators involved. We're expanding the benefits attached to working with us, and we'll be welcoming an even wider range of personalities and content focused on the game. So if you're a creator and you've always wanted to work with Dead by Daylight,
They're
now
looking
is
at
the
you.
time to make that happen.
Yes, so
If I know.
some benefits
We're
that
doing
we're
this
bringing
just for
explicit
you.
above, like Eric mentioned, include opportunities like access to live events, like PAX we were just at, giveaways for your communities, and new ways to engage with the game, like getting regular updates on major releases before anyone else gets those updates, early access opportunities to stream and capture content, and even be featured in our content, like on streams like today. So we're going to be testing out something other than that, which is really cool because I get to work directly on it, called Support a Creator program. It's a program within a program, I suppose.
Oh, yeah.
But your Support a Creator has become kind of a industry standard thing you might be familiar with. It's a chance for you as the community of a streamer or YouTuber or whatever, to support your favorite creator with your purchases in the game. You don't need to
Isn't
pay
that
any extra,
exciting?
but you put in their creator code, and they get a cut of the Oryx cells that you're buying
Very
in
much
Dead by
so.
Daylight. So we're going to do a little pilot of that, see how it goes. If it goes well, we do hope to roll it out wider and larger. Oh yes, it wouldn't be a creator subject without
Twitch shirts.
Twitch shirts.
We got to talk about Twitch shirts.
Whew, Twitch shirts. I wake up in the middle of the night thinking of Twitch shirts.
Hot
Hot sweats. Well, that's just me anyway. Okay, so Twitch shirts. Twitch shirts has become a big thing, as you know. It was never meant to become a big thing, but also wasn't well defined. How do I get them? Why does that person get them? I don't get them.
Yeah.
And I think those are totally fair questions. And actually, we wanted to tie it to the launch of this new creator program, so it was very clear. Here's the guidelines to get into the creator program. You get into the creator program, you get a Twitch shirt. So that's the new way of getting the Twitch shirts. The old
Are they on all the original characters?
Method has
Probably.
has been retired for now, at least. So if you get into the new creator program, you will be rewarded with a lot of things, but also a Twitch shirt. So I think there's a note on that. So we're going to be granting the upcoming Twitch shirts for our next original Survivor to the creator program folks, and anyone who already has Twitch shirts, you get to hold on to the ones you have, but we won't continue to build your Twitch shirt collection. You got to get into the creator program.
Yes, so if you're interested in adding your voice to our community of
Sounds
creators,
like it.
our new Dead by Daylight Creator Program website is now live, where you can go ahead and read the code of conduct and find out how you can go ahead and fill the form to apply to get yourself admitted into the program. So the link should already be pinned in chat.
Yep, and our creator team, which is kind of a sister team to our team, it's not us. They're going to be at TwitchCon EU. That's short for Europe. And just from May 31st to June 1st in Rotterdam. So you can go chat with them in person and get more details. Make sure that they become aware of you. What does that
Introduce
mean? What
yourself?
a weird. Thank you. English. I've just learned English. But also a really cool thing we're doing at that TwitchCon is sponsoring the Horror Games Community Meetup. We attended it last year at TwitchCon North America. It was super dope. I got to go and meet a bunch of you cool creators. But now it's sponsored by Dead by Daylight, which is kind
That's
of
cool.
fitting. So you can go and enjoy that and meet some of the team there. Okay, enough about creators.
Yay!
Let's answer some questions from the community. Let's do a Q&A.
Oh.
Nope, sorry. One more thing we're going to do.
Ah,
We're going to talk about the stats tracker I mentioned at the top of the show.
very important stats.
Right? Right?
It's a live live stream, folks. It's a live
I'm
stream.
going insane.
In a couple of weeks, we're going to be debuting a new feature that you guys have been asking for a long time, which is the official Dead by Daylight stats tracker. So for anyone who knows the game, a lot can happen over the course of a trial. You can boom a totem, get hooked. You could get a pallet stun, get hooked.
Get hooked.
You know, plenty of things happen.
Including getting
You
hooked.
can get hooked.
Yeah, especially.
Yeah.
So players have always wanted to know more information
Oh,
about
and
their
don't forget
matches,
to
and
get
this website is
hooked.
going to be the key to getting you that information.
And what I should have done at the start of this, Emil, get ready. I should have said stats tracker and then air horn. So I'm going to try it. Stats tracker! Yep. Yes. We're in the 21st century. Stats are being tracked as far back as September 1st, 2020. That's just a limitation on the data that we have. So
Hell yeah,
after,
that's
September
as
1st,
long as I've been
2020,
playing Dead by Daylight.
you'll be able to see
Longer.
your own personal journey in Dead by Daylight. A random person just walked into the room.
That's
And
just
all your milestones
not as long
over
as I
that
have
time.
been playing.
The team has been
Since I only have been playing
the
since
team has been looking at it, actually approaching it like a fitness
last
app,
year.
which I think is a cool approach for killers and survivors, which I think would keep you fit.
Fitness
for
app,
each one of
okay.
those things.
Well, I mean, survivors run all the time.
Yes, yes. So it should be a fun way to track your personal progress.
Yeah. The Stats Tracker website is going to launch on
Oh,
June
so a day after
17th,
Springtrap.
and you'll be able to access it either on desktop or
Nice.
So it's super simple to use, and all you'll need is a behavior account with at least one platform you play Dead by Daylight linked with it. You can also link multiple platforms with cross progression and combine all your stats from wherever you play the game. There's the general statistics page at
I'm
the
really
start
excited for
where you can
this.
see your global stats like hours played.
Because they're also not tracking failed
specific
skin
playtime and
checks.
matches, total matches,
Aww.
and more. You can also switch between the main
Shame.
stats for killer and survivor.
Yes, select one, and you'll be able to see things like
Michaela.
who your most played characters are, who your top
And
characters
Wesker,
are for each
probably.
role. You can dive in each character and dig into details like emblems, average blood points earned, and even more than that.
I wonder who my most played killer is.
So we'll also be showing you super useful
Xenomorph.
details, like what your top perks were, both in terms of your pick
I
rate,
wonder
your
who
kill
my
or
most played
escape
survivor
rate.
is.
You can also see which
Adam.
really drive the
No,
most
but I don't
stats.
actually know whether Xenomorph will be my most played.
Yep, and a few
I
more
think my
things you
most
might
played would be
wondering about.
Wraith.
The site will be super current. So meaning your match history will update almost immediately after a match is finished in the game. So stats also refresh every 24 hours, meaning where to go? Yeah. If you link a new platform, which some people may be doing, it could take up to 24 hours before you start seeing those platform stats in the tool. And finally, it could change in the future too. This is a first iteration, as with most of the things we put out. First iteration, then we build on it. It's going to focus on 1v4 matches and major seasonal events like Blood Moon, Anniversary, Halloween, and the Winter event. And as of now, custom matches won't be counted in your stats, but we're going to be looking at adding limited time events like Lights Out, Chaos Shuffle, and even 2v8 in the future down the road.
I can't wait with Chaos Shuffle for it to tell me how many times I got no mither. I would love that. And like with everything we do here at Dead by Daylight, the stats tracker is something
That would
we're,
be an
like
unfortunate
Sarah
perk
said,
to
we're gonna
get.
be building on. So there's already a ton in there that we wanted to make
So
sure
we could
that
ask
is
them for a
available
failed
for
skill
players.
check
But
tracker.
if there's anything you want to see added, feel
Yes.
free to let us
Or
know
like
on socials so that we can let
a
the team
tracker
know
for how
and
many
see about
skill
updating it
checks
for
you
the
have
future.
gotten and how
So
many skill
keep an eye
checks
out
you
for
have
more info. We're
gotten,
very
like
close to that release.
like
It's actually
normal
gonna release
gotten,
alongside
like
this chapter,
and
Mhm.
with how
which
many
is scheduled
great,
for June 17th.
like, and then you can
of this year, by the
calculate
way.
how many you have gotten in total.
So only a
And
couple
how
of weeks away.
minus
and
what
as
you
I
have
tried to
gotten
transition
good
to
and which one you
before,
have gotten
why don't we do
great,
a
and then you know
Q&A?
how many you
Yeah,
missed.
let's jump to it. I don't know if we have. Do we have a card thing? We got 2 minutes. Oh, okay. We're
Zoom,
close
zoom.
to PTB time, so we're gonna zoom. Okay.
Close to PTB time.
We have
Yippee.
2 live streams in 1 month. 5 Nights at Freddy's anniversary. We know you've got. Oh Jesus, that's sorry. I'm reading what was written for me. Okay, here's the actual question. There have been complaints about cheats and hackers in the game at the moment. Is there something you can say about how you're addressing this?
The war against cheaters and hackers is a long-standing one, and that's for sure. And while it will always be there,
I love how
there
the
are
mugs are
definitely
just there for
steps
display and they're
resolved
just
in
drinking out of a water bottle.
So during the
Yeah,
upcoming months,
they're
you can
definitely
expect to
just for
receive
display.
Game rules, a code of conduct, on our war against cheaters as well as strengthening our anti-cheat protocols. That's not all that we're doing, of course, but there will also be other things that we can't discuss. As we get more and closer to that, we'll be giving you more information on, and we don't want to be giving cheaters and hackers roundabouts for our protocols.
Yeah, we can't give them that peek behind the curtain.
Yeah,
Cheaters are
hell yeah.
losers. Yesterday,
Cheaters
the
are
developer update
losers.
went live explaining the Go Next prevention. How does this affect survivor perks that allow you to get off the hook? And how will the feature prevent survivors leaving the game early, abandoning their teammates?
So, Go Next, otherwise known as giving up on the hook early in the match. Firstly, it ruins the match for everyone involved on the survivor team and the killers, because sometimes they have things that they've got to do too. So frustration around
They've got
this
things
has been
they
very
wanna
high
do.
as of late, and with the test happening in the PTB,
You gotta
the
have
chance
people
to
to kill.
get off the hook early in the match will be removed. Unless you have perks or
That's
offerings
kind
that
of
affect
sad,
this.
just because
Deliverance and Wicked will
like
stay
the
same,
4%,
and their
like getting the
activation
4% is
conditions
so
have not
cool,
changed, for
especially
example.
like
Playing for the hatch,
as
Helpful
in
when
so
no
when
one
two
tries to save
survivors
you.
are left
yeah,
and
the other
survivor that
day
is
2
hooked
people
will
were already
try to
escaped.
allow
The other
themselves
person
to
was
die
on the
faster so
opposite
that the
side
other
of the
person can get
map,
the hatch.
and I was on
That
hook.
is still going to
And like,
happen in the
if
game
I
as
didn't
well.
unhook myself,
Right.
I would
With
have
both
died on the
spending
hook
options, so
because
another
everyone else was
awesome quality of
escaped,
life feature
besides the
for
last
this
person who
release,
was on the other
will
side
we be
of
allowed
the
to
map
choose what
distracting
items
the
that we
killer.
can spend our BP on?
So in this iteration, you could actually choose how many levels.
So everyone has
you
to just
can,
bring
like,
salt,
you wanna
or
spend your
someone
blood
at least
points
has
on,
to
so
bring
you can't
salty lips, and
currently
then it should be
choose
possible
that
again
very
because that's like
specifically.
luck.
And it's going to be
And
done
I've read somewhere
automatically,
that
and you will
luck
receive
is
a pop-up that
something that
shows
still
what was
works.
purchased
Oh
after
yeah,
it's
you can just
completed
bring
Luck
little
very,
luck
very quick.
vouchers.
So we will monitor the
Luck,
feedback on
luck
this and
offers
see
like
how it
salty
performs,
lips.
and then we'll make some changes
But now
moving
bring
forward.
salty lips some
Oh, this one's for
use
me. What is Eric's
into
favorite
them.
animatronic? Ugh. So people who follow me might remember I put up a picture that my son drew that I thought was Shrek. And then I posted it, and people were like, "That's Springtrap, idiot!" And then everyone speculated Springtrap was coming to the game, which at the time I had zero knowledge of. But because of that, Springtrap.
But what if
was
Shrek
my
come to the
favorite
game?
animatronic because I
Whoa.
lived through some stuff with that. Do you have a favorite?
Yeah, I think for me it would have to be Freddy Fazbear.
From my favorite FNAF character, it's always going to be
Going
Puppet.
continue with the
Mine's the
Mine's
cupcake.
Mango.
in particular, the
I love the
anti-slugging
puppet.
fix.
Like the
We are
cupcake.
definitely continuing with the
I like
quality of life
mango.
features that we advertised
Mango
earlier
is
this
Remove
cool
the
year.
too.
cupcake's
Don't worry
teeth,
about that.
and that is the
With
perfect
this BTB, we'll be
character
focusing on
design.
the next feature, bulk blood point spending,
Cupcake
and
FNAF
extreme
4
hiding. Then in the upcoming
with sharp
releases, we'll be
teeth.
focusing on phase 2 of the plan. So more information will be available as
I
we
have a
get
cute
closer to that phase.
cupcake
But
plush.
rest assured, this is still a
Aw.
very
Aw.
large focus for us.
I don't.
This is very important, and we want to be very careful with making sure we're addressing issues in the correct way the first time.
Final question: where is Maurice? If you're new to the game, Maurice is
Maurice!
our beloved horse. Who happens to have 3
Maurice.
eyes and drips blood.
Yeah.
He's been missing from the game for
Since
a few weeks.
Umbrella came out.
And I think now is the time to let people know.
Yeah, let me know.
He's
took
gone
a
to
vacation
Japan.
to Japan.
Without me?
I'm serious.
Without me?
Without you, without me. Pretty selfish.
Yeah.
If you want a glimpse into
Specifically feudal
his
Japan,
adventure
like
in
not modern
Japan,
Japan.
you got to play that new Assassin's Creed game.
Oh.
Yeah, Shadows.
Ooh, collab.
That's all I'm gonna say. Go find out for yourself. Maurice will return soon. I hope.
Maybe Japan
Please,
is
come back.
his place to
So,
be,
that's
and
it.
he never
You've listened to us
returns.
yammer
That
long
would be
enough.
very
Maybe he
sad.
just
How-
really likes
Don't
Japan.
have time, but I believe we're already past time.
Yeah,
so PTB
maybe.
should already be rolling out. Thank you for joining us for a 5
PTB. What
if-
official stream.
PTB.
And, we hope you're as excited about the
PTB.
chapters we are.
Yes, and from all of the requests,
PTB.
no, you
It's
probably
out.
How do we
are.
play the
So thank you
PTP?
so much for sitting here with us. And
I will
now it's
explain
time
it
to
to you.
Go and play the live
Hell
PTB
yeah, because I
and
want to
test
test
drive
it.
Springtrap for the first time.
Woo!
Can you streaming
This is
the
exciting.
Coming your way this year.
I
The
am.
anniversary is also just around
Hell
the
yeah.
corner, so stay tuned for good stuff to come.
Hell
and creators, we hope to hear
yeah.
from you soon.
Yes, so thank you everyone for the welcome back to stream messages on Twitter. This is a live stream,
Yes.
dang it. But we will be rolling out into the fog now, so you stay safe out there. Good luck and hiding. and hunting.
And let's get one more air horn.
Goodbye.
It was a bit early.
Thank you,
Or a bit
everybody.
late,
Have
I mean.
fun.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh my
The
god.
laughing comment.